people ask me all the time, they're like, so let's say you become a congressman. What makes you think you're not going to be like everybody else? I've seen a lot of things that a lot of people haven't. I've experienced a lot of things that a lot of people haven't. And I know where it leads. And so this isn't about another feather in my cap. It's about, once again, service. And it's, once again, this country's in trouble. And it needs the next generation to step up and say, I'll go. I may not be perfect, far from it. I don't have all the answers, but I'll go.
Man, that's refreshing to hear. All of it for where you're going. You know, it's like I was saying at the beginning of this, when I talk to politicians, they're always, it just never seems genuine.
It's theater.
Yeah.
It's theater. It's put on the blue suit with the white shirt and the red tie, get the American pin flag, and this is the approved narrative. This is what you can talk about. And people are sick of it. They really are. It's one of the only reasons I think that a guy like me can even run in today's world, because people are just like, well, he might not say the politically correct things. He may not look like a politician, but I think he's telling me where he's really at.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, it's sad. It's sad that it's taken the current events that we've been experienced to get to this place, but I am grateful to see that it's not just me. There's a bunch of guys that did the same types of jobs that we used to do that are recognizing how much trouble we're in. And they're like, okay, foreign and domestic, I'll go. I can't do much worse than the people there now, right?
No.
So
we'll get into that in a little bit. But so you joined, you went to Buds, you didn't make it the first time. What happened?
Reality happened. No, it's the toughest training in the world, and I was immature, and I wasn't well prepared. And because I didn't do what I needed to do to be prepared. And so, it was interesting, man. I actually made it through Hell Week, which I would say the majority of team guys would tell you is the hardest part of training. Some will say it's not. I guess it just depends on how you look at it. But I made it through that week, and then about a week and a half later, I was performance dropped from training.
Really?
Yep.
What was it?
What was what?
Was it the runs, or was it?
It was a combination. I'd failed life-saving 3 times.
Oh.
And then I went to an academic review board, and they were like, look, we know you're tough. You made it through Hell Week, but we need the best of the best here, and you're not measuring up. They were like, you failed to run, you failed to swim, you failed an obstacle course, and you're ranked in the bottom 25% of your class.
Damn.
Yeah. Which is, it's like that, that's hard. It's hard, but it's how SEAL training is designed. It's good, and I deserved it. And one of the biggest reasons I believe I was ranked in the bottom 25% of my class was because I was immature. And I wasn't, like, if there was a job to be, at Buds, it's not just, hey, timed runs, timed swims, and O courses. It's like, hey, we need that office cleaned over there. After hours, once the training day is done, who wants to get it? My hand wasn't flying up in the air like, hey, I got it, I'm on it. And it was just, my attitude was more self-preservation than being a team guy and taking one for the team. And I think a lot of the times that comes with maturity, and I lacked it. And so I absolutely deserve to go away, and I'm glad that they keep the standards, and I hope they always do. I hope they keep those standards high.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was 20, 22.
22?
Yep.
Where'd you go
I
afterwards?
went to the USS Gettysburg in Mayport, Florida. We called it the USS Regrettiesburg, but I thought that might get you, dude.
Oh, man. What were you doing there?
I was a gunner's mate. So, like worked in the armory, worked on the ship's small arms, and I did a lot of sweeping. I did a lot of brass polishing, a lot of cleaning. And it was good. It was good for me because I needed to grow up. I needed that, an extra dose of tough love.
I've never talked to anybody on this about fleet time.
Really?
So let's talk a little bit about
Okay.
fleet time. How long were you in there?
So they recommended that I come back in a year, the SEAL instructors. But if the CO from the ship let me go, then he wouldn't get a replacement for me. So they were like, no, we're not letting you go early. And so I did 2.5 years on board the ship, did 2 cruises on the ship. And, it's interesting to me, and my hat is off to the men and women in our Navy that do that job for 20 years, because it's not an easy life, man. It's not. Like, to me, and guys like us, it's kind of like being on a floating prison. It really is. I mean, think of a 450-foot boat with 400 plus people on it. You work, if you're underway, typically, you work from reveille's at like 6 in the morning. Your day will start at 7 after chow. You'll go to probably 5 in the afternoon at least, working your day job. And then you'll stand a night watch every night.
Every night.
Every night. So you'll stand either the 8 to midnight, the midnight to 4, or the 4 to 8 every night. And there's no like days off on Saturday or Sunday. You're always underway. Like it's just constant. And so like when you're out for a month at a time, which was very routine for us. I mean, you're working a month straight, that schedule. And it gets to the point where people get burnt out.
Yeah.
And it's not like the teams where your reputation is based on performance per se. It's conventional military. So you don't get, in the SEAL teams, you get treated very well.
Yeah.
In conventional military, it's completely different. So it's to the point where they, at times will have to have like an aft watch that sits at the back of the ship and looks over the back of the ship, for, other vessels, but also for people that will just jump over the side.
Did you guys ever have that happen?
No, we never did, but it did. It happened on other ships. It never happened on our ship, but it does happen.
Damn. That's like watching water boil.
Yeah. It's a wild life, man.
Hey everybody, I'm Shawn Ryan. Click here to subscribe to the Shawn Ryan Show YouTube channel for the hottest and most compelling interviews that you will not see anywhere else. I've also made a playlist of all the previous SRS episodes so they're easy to find. You can find that right here.